I don't use debit cards. In fact, I haven't used one in over a decade. I don't carry one, I don't swipe one, and I never plan to go back. Sounds extreme? Maybe. But here's the truth. Every time you use a debit card, you're giving up money, protection, and opportunity, and the worst part, most people don't even realize it. The moment I switched fully to credit cards, everything changed. I started earning real cash back, racking up free travel perks, gaining stronger fraud protection, and simplifying my financial life. And no, I'm not talking about racking up debt or chasing points with 15 cards in my wallet. I use credit cards for almost everything, and today, I'm going to show you why. Stick with me, because once you understand how this works, you may never want to swipe a debit card again. And hey, if this kind of financial clarity matters to you, hit that subscribe button now. Let's take your money to the next level, together. If you're watching this video, chances are you're someone who doesn't just want to save money. You want to master it. You're the kind of person who questions the system, who looks for smarter ways to grow and protect your wealth. And around here, we call that financial intelligence. This channel exists for people like you, people who want control, not confusion, who don't accept what the banks hand them. So if you're serious about building wealth on your terms, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button because each week we bring insights that banks won't tell you, but we will. So why do I use credit cards for almost every purchase I make, and never use a debit card? It comes down to 4 major benefits that completely shifted the way I manage my money. And once I lay these out for you, I think you'll start to see why this isn't about chasing points or spending more. It's about playing the game the smart way. Benefit number 1, cashback. Every time I spend money, I get paid, usually between 1.5% and 2% back, instantly. That's money I would have spent anyway, now working for me. Benefit number 2, free travel rewards. Some of my cards earn points that I use for flights, hotels, and upgrades. Sometimes entire trips cost me nothing. Benefit number 3, exclusive perks, airport lounges, hotel upgrades, car rental bonuses. I didn't even know these things existed until I started using the right cards. And benefit number 4, arguably the most important, security. Credit cards offer far more fraud protection than debit cards ever could. But here's the part that most people overlook, and it's the real reason I'll never go back to using debit. Stick with me because in the next few minutes I'm going to show you how this one shift could literally save you thousands. Let's start with the most obvious win: cashback. Imagine getting paid every time you buy groceries, pump gas, pay for streaming, or book a flight. That's exactly what happens when you use the right credit card. Most of my purchases earn between 1.5% and 2% back automatically. Spend $1,000 this month? That's $20 back in your pocket, just for using a smarter payment method. Multiply that across a year, $200 to $400 back on things you were going to buy anyway. And it doesn't stop there. Some cards offer rotating categories with even higher rates: groceries, dining, travel. But here's the key. I don't spend more to get the perks. I spend strategically. I use cashback as a financial tool. Sometimes I apply it to my balance, other times I invest it. That's money most people leave on the table. And next, I'll show you the kind of rewards that go beyond dollars, benefits that can change the way you travel forever. Cashback is great, but let's talk about something even more exciting: free travel. Thanks to my travel and business credit cards, I've flown across the country and stayed in premium hotels, all paid for with points. I've walked into luxury lounges with gourmet food while other travelers stood in long terminal lines eating $12 sandwiches. I've been bumped to first class without paying a dime extra. Sounds unreal, right? It's not. The truth is, you're already spending the money. Why not let that spending unlock real-life perks? Flights, hotels, room upgrades, car rental benefits, it's all there. And no, I'm not a credit card hacker. I don't chase dozens of cards or obsess over points. I just use a few strategically, and the results speak for themselves. But perks and points aren't even the best part. Coming up next, the one benefit of using credit cards that could literally protect your bank account from being wiped out in seconds. Now let's talk about what might be the most underrated reason to ditch your debit card security. When you use a debit card, every swipe pulls money directly from your bank account. If something goes wrong, if your card is stolen or skimmed, you could lose access to your cash instantly. Years ago, I lost over $3,000 buying products through an online seller who turned out to be a scam. I paid with my debit card, the money vanished, and my bank told me there was nothing they could do. If I had used a credit card, that loss would have been the bank's problem, not mine. Credit cards offer robust fraud protection. If someone makes a fake charge, I can freeze the card, dispute the transaction, and move on, with zero damage to my actual funds. And that's not a maybe, it's happened to me multiple times. Coming up, I'll explain the 2 strict rules I follow so credit cards work for me, not against me. Now let me make something very clear. Credit cards are powerful tools, but only if you know how to use them. Rule number 1. Never spend more than you would with cash. Don't let perks or points tempt you into buying things you don't need. I treat my credit card as a payment method, not a permission slip. Whether it's cash, debit, or credit, the price must be the same, and the decision must already be made before I ever swipe. Rule number 2, never pay a penny in interest. I pay off my balance in full every single month. No exceptions, no excuses. Because once you start paying interest, at 20%, 25%, or even 30%, those rewards disappear fast. You're not earning perks anymore, you're funding someone else's. If you can't follow these 2 rules, then a credit card is not your friend. It's a trap. But if you can follow them, now every time I talk about credit cards, I hear the same concerns. Aren't they dangerous? What if I lose control? The truth is, yes, they can be dangerous, if you don't respect the rules. That's why I always say, if you can't control your spending, don't use credit cards. It's okay, use cash, use debit, there's no shame in that. But if you want to unlock the benefits without falling into debt, you've got to treat credit cards like a tool, not a toy. And up next, I'll show you how business owners, especially those with growing expenses, can turn that tool into a major advantage. If you run a business, or even a side hustle, you're leaving money on the table if you're not using a business credit card. Business expenses tend to scale marketing, software, supplies, contractors, and every dollar spent could be earning rewards, organizing your bookkeeping, and building your business credit. I use my business card to separate personal and professional expenses, track spending easily, and earn points faster. Plus, many business cards offer higher limits and better perks. If you're already spending to grow, why not turn that spending into something that pays you back? Now let me be honest, I'm not one of those credit card hackers who chase sign-up bonuses or manage 15 cards at once. That's not my game. I don't spend hours figuring out which hotel chain gives me 5 extra points on Thursdays during a full moon. I run a business. My time is my most valuable asset. So I keep it simple. A few cards I trust, consistent use, and solid rewards. That's it. For me, efficiency wins. But just because I keep it simple doesn't mean I take risks lightly. In fact, I learned the hard way why cash isn't always king, and I'll tell you how next. Before I embraced credit cards, I relied heavily on cash. Back in college, I ran an event business where most clients paid me in cash. It felt great to have a fat wallet, until it made me a target. Twice my wallet was stolen from gym locker rooms, each time hundreds of dollars gone, no refund, no tracking, no protection. That experience changed me. Today, if someone steals my credit card, I freeze it in seconds. If there's fraud, the issuer handles it. No stress, no lost money. And that's a lesson I learned the hard way, so you don't have to. But here's the catch. This only works if you follow one final principle. Credit cards aren't magic, and they're not evil either. They're tools. Used wisely, they give you leverage. Misused, they bury you in debt. That's why the rules matter. That's why this community exists, to make you smarter, sharper, more prepared. So let me ask, what's your current strategy? Are you using cards to build or just surviving? Drop your answer in the comments. I read everyone. And if this video brought you value, hit like, and make sure you subscribe.